Hello, hello. Welcome. Today is Shadows Overlook. We are back with this. Making sure everything is live. We look over. Oh yeah, I forgot we're on. We were trying to go up the floors of this. Alright. So, what we have to do. Keep searching for Charles Wallace in the Big Moist. Yes. Dante wants you to get Greasy Steve on Fish and Chips. Rufus wants you to say you in his lab beneath SIT. And usually Smart Rat and SIT steam tunnels would like you to bring him some cheese. Galordo at Zeta Omega Omicron wants 3 bottles of pork soda in exchange for a can of his special syrup. So there's a machine of Vector Wing that has it. Okay, cool. I don't have to do the Galordo thing. Find a discarded gym bag on the sidewalk. Bag is full of rocks. Somebody must have been using it for stealth training. An even closer examination confirms this, as the rocks are themselves covered in residual strength. You scrape it off. Powerful grip. Nice. Alright. Holy. Let's see. Who's this guy? Greasy Steve is too busy eating a nut. He winks at you instead. Greasy Steve swallows and drags his sleeve across his mouth. Hey kid, good to see you. Have a french fry. They have fries here? I didn't see that on the menu. I bring my own food from home. I'll pass, thanks. What's the job? The boss has decided we need to send a message to Congressman Chutney. You familiar? Sure, the message is when your information is conveyed from one person to another. I've been with Congressman. Never met him. His son Chadley is a student here. Lives at one of the frat houses. Zeta Omega Omicron. I know the place. So you're gonna make young Chad sleep with the fishes. Whoa, I didn't sign up for it. You see Steve passes you a large sack of rotting fish. You got an item. Bag of rotting fish. Oh well, I didn't sign up for this either. Look. All you gotta do is get into the kid's room. It's a lead pipe cinch. I don't know what that means, but okay. I guess. Zeta. On the way to where you're going, you wander into a vacant laboratory, look around, big chunk of, yep, we've already done this. You can tell from 5 feet away that this goes in the bathroom. This gold-plated door has a sign on it that says C. Chutney. It seems reasonable to assume that C stands for Chadley. Go inside. You sneak into Chad's room and dump the rotting fish out into his bed. After tonight's inevitable rager, he'll stagger back to his room and pass out without even noticing them. The perfect crime. Right. Little boings. Okay. Okay, Molly. Reading again. It's fine. Greasy Steve gives you an expectant look. So, how'd it go, kid? Got some news for me? Yeah, the kid's bed is full of fish. It was a lead pipe cinch, like you said. I still don't know what it means, though. Nobody does. That's what makes it such a great turn of phrase. Anyway, nice job, kid. Now Congressman Chutney will really know who he's dealing with. He sure will. Briefcase full of meat. Did I just buy a pencil? How many pencils do I have to buy? When are you going to be happy? Well, I now have 21 pencils. So that's good. To-do list. Keep searching for Charles Wallace. Yep. We want cheese, and we want Rufus. I guess I will go to Rufus first. I don't know where to find cheese. An SIT student wearing a bulky overcoat flags you down as you're crossing the street. You find yourself in Fuse. No, thank you. Till next semester, then. Nice. Rufus. Oh, hello again. So what's the next step? I don't have to go back to the sewers, do I? Oh, no. This is much more straightforward. Well, your part of it will be anyway. That's what I'd like to hear. I need some way to broadcast the quantum signal from this Fishman pearl over as broad an area as possible. And I figure the most robust transmission network available is commercial radio band. The nearest broadcast tower is Radio Shack at WGCR in the Big Moist. Okay, what do I do there? Just take this transmitter I built and plug it into their console. You got an item, Rufus's transmitter. That will transmit special frequency out over the radio. Then I just need a bunch of different test readings, so I can adjust the signal for latency, data loss, and so forth. All you have to do is find as many random radios as you can, tuned into WGCR, and use this receiver to test the transmissions. At least 10 different radios should be enough. That's called 11, just in case. You got an item, Rufus's receiver. You're not sure what this receives, but whatever it is important to Rufus. I didn't read this. You don't really understand what this machine does, but Rufus asks you to hook it up to a different machine that you also don't know what it does. Nice. Where would I find cheese? I guess we'll take this. There's a notice board. You've already noticed everything. I guess we'll go to Radio Shack. Another one of those Gatorman campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way. Investigate. This campsite is similar to the previous one. A lot of Gatorman tracks, and a lot of discarded trash. These Gatormen sure are slobs. You also find a 15-16 combination wrench labeled CW. Looks like you're on the right track at least. Got an item. Charles's other wrench. Charles dropped this 15-16 combination wrench as a clue to help you find him. Return it to Charles when you find him. Will do. I'll reach inside. Shadow clarinet. You stick your hand into the hole, grab it. Yep. Shadow clarinet. Actually, it might be an oboe. Sorry to tell, an endless void pouring into your world through its empty silhouette. Reduce all of an enemy's stats by 13. Nice. I did forget. Actually. I did forget something here at Crystal Dream. And I just remembered. Easy. I forgot to close the portal. Here. Pull up short. Having nearly walked straight into a huge spider web. You weren't paying attention. We got this. Yeah, solve the maze. With some careful mental mapping, you eventually manage to navigate your way through the maze. Somewhere nearby, you hear a cheering noise that was probably a spider equivalent of shucks. Nice. All right, we're still looking good. Yeah. So over here, right? We had this void. And we can go up to this and close it. You carefully fold little sections of the rift up with pliers until you've got it completely closed. Nice. I don't know if that's exactly important or not, but, you know. I wonder if that changed anything in the past, actually. Doesn't hurt to check. does not hurt to check. Oh, I forgot. Get a hardware store first. All nuts, hold the line. Yep. That. I'd like to change. I'd like the pet store. Pet store, haha, you must be in the bait shop. Love that sense of humor you got. Pet worms. All right, I get Big Doug tomorrow. Have a house. Yep. All right. Pet store. I want to go through where this is. We already got that. Chicken meat return. Nope. Grady's live bait. Catch your next meal today. It's a barrel of wriggling, slimy grubs. Barrel of chum. You don't want to be pals with it. This barrel is sealed, but from the smell you'd say full of a decaying shellfish. This barrel is full of dirt, but you're sure there's something nasty hiding in it. This one's full of pickles, probably for catching those fish that like eating pickles. Barrel of miscellaneous useful entrails. There's a mousetrap cell up here. Disarm it. You disarm the mousetrap. Grady frowns. Hey, what's the big idea? I just hate traps. Grady frowns. He walks over, resets the mousetrap, frowns again, and walks back to the counter. Sneakily disarm it. Yeah. This must be Grady. Hello there. Hello and welcome to Grady's Live Bait. I'm Grady, and this, he points in various directions, is my bait shop. Grady smiles. It's a very nice bait shop. Grady smiles. Anything you need help with by chance? Well, I'm always looking for people to dig up night crawlers for me. What are night crawlers? He reaches under the counter and pulls out a handful of wriggling worms, which he waves in your face. Ah, worms! You will never forget that smell. Interested in doing some worm hunting? Sure, I'll get you some gross worms. Good deal. Dig up, let's call it five good-sized night crawlers, and I'll make it worth your while. Here, you'll need this. Shovel. This device is called a shovel because of the way it shoves dirt out of the way, and in fact, the guy who named it, and the fact that the guy who named it was like the letter L for digging. How do I know where to dig? Just follow your nose. You want another sniff to refresh your memory? He starts to reach under the counter again. No, I got it. I'll find them. I'm great at finding. Can I see what's for sale? Sure. Can I interest you in some minnows? Minnows? Yep, they wriggle quite vigorously, I assure you. Irresistible to hungry fish. No, I don't want any minnows. Well, that's all right. Maybe you'd like to look at our grasshoppers then? Oh, no, I don't think so. The grasshoppers gotcha. What about a nice handful of grubs? Plump and juicy? Gross. No. Hey, okay then, how about some leeches? Chock full of blood. This is awful. Well, if none of those strike your fancy, I think maybe you're not actually in the market for any live bait. I think you're right. How's the worm hunting going? Grady smiles. Take your leave. I will not answer this, Grady. You don't know when you are, much less where you are. This patch of ground smells like night crawlers. Dig. You dig up a terrible creature and shove it in your pocket. Got an item. Plump night crawler. Few things have been big as a delta between how cool the thing is and how... Few things have as big of a delta between how cool the thing is and how cool the name is than the Nightcrawler. Nice. Oh, me saving the mouse. Hey, mouse. Good phones are hard to find. Can I buy a mouse now? Greta, snake, Cheeto. Got any chow? I got 3 bags of familiar chow. Okay, cool. Guess I have all the pets I need. You give the cat a little scratch behind its ears and it begins to loudly purr. Oh, she likes you! Her name's Dottie, by the way. New cat unlocked. You can now pet Dottie to receive a boon. Better now. There you go, Dottie. You get infect Dottie's boon. With friends like Dottie, you'll find it pretty easy to make other friends. Plus 1 moxie. Nice. Alright. So we got that done. Looks like we've still got a bit more, but we'll have to see. Oh no, any worms around here? Nah, I won't check that yet. Time to go back to the Big Moist. It's a bus stop. Time to go back to Radio Shack. Hist. Hist. Get an eyeful of those two big palookas over there. Hist. Molly points out two burly men dressed in leather and furs, burying the body of a dead gator man. Well, considering the swampy ground, they're less burying it and more just covering it in mud. They look him in surprise as Molly saunters over nonchalantly. What's the dope, Bruno? You fixing a lizard with that Chicago overcoat? Uh-oh. No, it ain't like that. Ain't it? My peepers ain't, Geez, Buck, come look at this. Go look. You take a closer look at the body of the gator man before it disappears into the mud. He's dressed in some kind of uniform, with official-looking cap and epaulets, and a big canvas bag. These two mugs must have blipped a mailman. That's the caper that'll bring the gator man down on you like a ton of bricks. No, look, we ain't. Tell it to Sweeney. But don't flip your wig, sugar. We ain't pigeons. We won't rat you boys out to the flatties. I appreciate that, miss. We've set up something of a trading post here for leather goods and the like if it tickles your fancy. Consider your options. The two men retreat into the clearing while you confer with Molly. Location unlocked. The Leathers Brothers. Ooh, a leather store. Let's have a look-see. Other jackets aren't exactly in style. Maybe not, but gator skin handbag is always the Ritz. Wait. What's a gator man? Oh. Have you not seen a gator man yet? Sorry, it's hard to keep track. These are guys Jessica mentioned, and they're pretty much what you'd expect from the name Gatorman. They're intelligent, upright-walking alligators. They have tough, scaly skin, lots of teeth, and pissy attitudes about everything that they aren't already eating. They especially hate intruders, and are the second biggest reason that the swamp isn't a popular tourist destination. The first being, it's a swamp. I see. Alright, 1 second. Alright. Oh, okay. Anyway, did you want to go check out Trading Post or come back later? Check it out later. I need to blow my nose. Already learned from this. Oh! There's some guys hanging out here looking stoic and cool, and also a gator man with more than the usual allotment of teeth. Oh. Approach them. Ah, who are you guys? We are radio technicians. Why are you standing here in the dark? Why not? It is radio. There is nothing to see. Well, you got me there. That machinery looks weird. Are you speaking of the batteries units that appear to be powered by outer space, or some form of negative energy, or something like that? Yeah, that's strange, right? They are not standard issue, it is true. So what? I cannot tell you any more about them. Oh. So what's this stuff for? Always with the questions. Sorry, I have a curious nature. I will not reveal to you our employer's plans. Their plans to use this equipment to broadcast her voice across this country once she has assumed full control of the government. Ah, please. No. Stop asking. Shucks. Yep. Shucks. Oh, I'll leave. I guess nothing to discuss there. Find a chunk of oil shale gutting out of a stagnant pool, making the surrounding water all greasy and colorful. Analyze the shale. You ask the shale about its mother, and it cries tears of shellac. You got an item. Impenetrable shellac. Oh, I see. I'm going to go to Loathing Brothers first, actually. You there! An excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees. New to these parts, is it? Ever heard of Mudhenge? I'll bet you didn't know that it's actually 1.3 times larger than any comparable henge than you'd care to name. What is Mudhenge, good sir? But he's already gone. Disappeared in the mist. Behind him, through the trees, is Mudhenge. Okay. Location unlocked. Mudhenge. I'm gonna keep going where I'm going. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see there. Oh. Careful of him, or he might tan your hide. Sack of genuine leather. It's empty. It's only made of genuine leather. It does not contain genuine leather. The ambiguity is clear now, and the person responsible for the original description has been sacked. A sack crafted of genuine leather that absolutely does not contain a stack of genuine leather inside. I see. Hunter's beans. Oh. A veritable hill of them. This man observes you with monk-like serenity. I'll talk to him. Ah, there, looks like you set up quite the trading post here in the swamp. The other man shakes his head. Paul can't speak. How'd you become mute, Paul? Now that's a very personal question. Sorry. Ain't a problem. It's just a hobby of mine to make observations on the nature of questions. Basically, Paul lost his tongue in a poker game. That's awful. Back home, we play our strip poker high stakes. Or not at all. Can we trade? Condensed swamp gas. Crowbar. I won't buy one yet. I'll remember that. Heater punch. Pickaxe. A tool favored by miners for breaking rocks, removing hot dishes from ovens, trimming hedges, kneading dough, and catching baseballs. I'll take it. Barrel full of grits. Roll of duct tape. Sharpening stone. Something to say about the dead gator? I swear I didn't know he was a mailman. Would never intentionally hunt a mailman. What's wrong with killing a mailman? Listen to yourself. Can tell you ain't a hunter, all right. Most alien species is fair game for hunting, but mailmen are protected by international treaty. Last hunter I know who hunted a mailman got pulled up by the International Criminal Court and mailed to Mars. Is he okay? Obviously he ain't okay. Don't joke with me. That's a nightmare scenario for a hunter. Getting mailed to Mars? Sends shiver down my spine, it does. Who are you? Me? Ain't much to my story. I'm a hunter. Name of John Leathers. And if you can't tell from the accent, I'm from Albion. As a toddler, I hunted small game like mosquitoes and gnats, then moved on to foxes and voles, and such I grew up. I like the game over here. I've got my eye on greatest hunt of them all. Humans? Big picture. I'd like to build a ladder to heaven so I can hunt the dinosaurs. That's more of a 5 to 10 year plan though. I don't think that's how either ladders or heaven works, but I guess it's good to have a dream. Wouldn't it be more practical to build a time machine? Now that just sounds ridiculous. I never accused you of killing a mailman. Hell, me and my big mouth. He was in my way, you understand? I had no idea who was a mailman. Never would have touched a mailman if I'd known. Me and my brother, he had nothing to do with it, understand? I swear it. Give him a knowing look. John wipes his brow with the blade. Hoo-ah! Never been asked so many questions before. You can talk the talk, alright, but what about hunting the hunt? I got work that needs doing. I ain't going out while they're searching the swamp for the sod who killed their mailman. If they catch me, I'm dead. You don't have to be a leatherman to know which way the wind blows. What are you asking me exactly? Working on something real important? Project. For that, I need 5 gator hides. Even know a place where you might find them. Scoped it out myself. Couldn't be easier unless it was a smaller number of gator hides. Location unlocked to Gatorman Village. What's this project you're talking about? Not so fast. Need to know that I can trust you first. I better get going. Wouldn't go in there if I were you. Why? Might not like what you see. Go inside. That egg is busted. Told you it weren't a pretty sight. I was looking forward to eating that egg all day. And come dinner time, I only went and bloody dropped it. Is that a gator egg? Nah, I think it's from a dog. Sorry for your loss. Alright. I'll go Gearman Village. You find some glowing green rocks, half submerged in some brackish swamp water. You recognize it as petrified Saint Elmo's fire. Collect the good bits. You do what must be done, which is to smash the rare natural formation to harvest its resources. Got an glowing use. Glowing green goo. Perhaps one day the world will be ready for the secret of it. I didn't read the Saint Elmo thing. I'm sorry. Another one of those Gatorman campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way. Investigate. It's another Gatorman camp, all right. And there's 4 more wrenches here. A 31 over 32 one, a 63 over 64 one, and a 127 over 128 one, and a 255 out of 256 one. Charles must carry one heck of a toolbox. The wrenches are laid out in the shape of an arrow, pointing toward a nearby hill. From the top of the hill, you can see some sort of fort in the distance, apparently hammered together out of rusty scrap metal. That's what it gotta be where the Gatorman took him. Location unlocked. Gatorman Fortress. You grab all the wrenches, combine them with the other ones he dropped to complete the set. Got an item. Charles' wrench set. Charles dropped all these wrenches as clues to help you find him. Return the set to Charles when you find him. Not Farles. These guys seem pretty focused on their meal. They're after meal hygiene, and they're after hygiene rest, respectively. 38. Ooh, that's a lot of HP there. Woo! Gearman Rage Jerk intends to viciously clobber Dante the Starling. Gearman Mush Muncher is going to munch a mushroom which will have unpredictable effects. Gearman Meyer Chef intends to heal most wounded ally for 8 HP by throwing a nasty pastry at it. Well, I guess I'll clobber him. Alright, did 16 to him. Let's see, I'll do 25 damage. I can increase my Moxie. What do I have? 3 AP? Yeah. So, I can do one of these. I can possibly whistle. I'll do 31 damage. 5 damage. I'll do this. And then this. And hopefully he goes before him. There we go. Alright. Then we'll just decrease our muscle again. Bonk. No, Dante! So. Alright. I will just cha-cha-cha. And I'll cha-cha-cha again. Just buff myself into oblivion. 37 physical damage. Bonk. Nice. Ollie, you can just... bonk. Oh, he gets +3 to all stats. Ooh, that's why it's only -1, I see. You won. That'll teach these Gearmen to go about their regular daily routines when you're around. You gain 14 XP. You gain 66 meat. You got an item, nasty pastry. You got an item, swamp mushroom. You also collect a gator hide for that hunter, which is way less grisly than it sounds. The gatormen are just carrying these around. You got an item. Gatorman hide. These are the hides of a gate or a man. Dante the Starling grows stronger. Nice. Like magpies and shiny objects, gators are compelled to hoard all of their grandfather's items. Grandfather's share. These look like grandfather's bags. Go through them. You find a bundle of meat stashed in one of the bags. You gain 42 meat. Apparently, the creatures have no need of money. You wonder how they can afford the rent on this place. Grandfather's disgusting bird bath. Search it. You're not sure that was such a great idea. You got an item. Grandfather's teeth. Grandfather's teeth for grandfather's mouth. Just sell them, I guess? Gatormen put away their rocks when they're done playing. Is this a ghost? Examine it. While this is hardly the strangest thing that you've seen over the last few days, it's definitely pretty weird. It looks like a ghostly man. Most obviously his head. But when you just barely make out his body if you squint. You reach out to touch him, but your hand passes right through. He doesn't respond to any attempt to get his attention, but instead he seems focused on something you can't see to the left of the disgusting fly-covered meat hook. After a few minutes, the novelty sort of wears off, so you get on about your business. Unlike most of the hanging sacks of gore in these places, this one is swarming with flies. That ghost is still staring intently at something. Interesting. A rock. A boulder blocks the entrance. Push it. The boulder looks heavier than when you last pushed it. Push it. It was heavier, and now it's heavier still. The force of each push exerts energy on the boulder, which is translated into mass. E equals MC. Glad that's squared away. You gain 10 XP. Push it. You need 8 muscle. I don't have that. Whoops. It's not too late to turn tail and run. No. Gearman Weed Lord intends to summon weeds from you, which will whip your entire party for 8 physical damage. Gearman Scream Mouth. Gearman Scream Mouth intends to scream, increasing all of its allies' stats by 1, and decreasing your party's stats by the same amount. Gearman Rottooth intends to belch on Molly buttons for 20 stench damage. Okay. I don't know if that takes muscle. I guess I'll hit Scream Mouth with her. Alright. Let's do Cha-Cha-Cha. Let's do Whistle. Let's do another Cha-Cha-Cha. Okay. And now I should kill this one. Kneecap again. XP. Alright, not bad. I will cha-cha-cha. Actually, I will band, and crash. And Molly can shoot. Nice. Man destroys Gatorman. It's a tale as old as time. Haha. You get 40 XP, 70 meat. You got Weed Lord Fetish, a drippy little totem woven from swamp weeds. You got an item, Gatorman Skin Pants. Not to be confused with Gatorman Skin Pants. Those are pants made of skin and worn by a Gatorman. They're not. You're not sure what kind of skin they're made of. You got an item, Gator Punch. They drink it. That doesn't mean they like it. Another gator hide. Nice. It takes a child to raise a village. Whatever. Oh. The beasts are too enthralled by the strange obelisk to notice you. This beast prefers books to strange obelisks. Understandable. Fascinating. Guess I'll go to wherever my guy was looking at. A short and stubby finger of eldritch energy. Touch it. Short and stubby finger of eldritch energy. Touch it. The void of shadow space is infinite, or at least it goes on enough to be very boring. Weird. Change anything? Oh no, they're just angry now. They took away their obelisk. Okay. Oh, I see. Hooks. Bunch of sleeping gatormen. Wait, what? What's up? Oh, I think it said like something about how you think Molly can see or some shit. Well, that looks terrifying. You're not alone in this place. Say something. Something. Haha. Wait, I don't sound like that. Who are you? What are you doing here? Wait, I don't sound like that. I can see everything. I can see everything? What do you mean? In the portal. Ah. Oh boy. In the portal, I can see everything that ever was and ever will be. Everything that is to be. No I in our world. In this one and all the worlds in between. He's saying that in the portal he can see everything that ever was and ever will be. Everything is to be known in the world, in this one, and the worlds in between. Well, let me take a look at that. He won't even look at you. The portal commands his entire focus. According to the floating man, all worldly knowledge is contained in the swirling, convulsing starfield, a kind of super-terrestrial library. Look inside. Your eyes bend to the writhing contours of the deep, black, and star-smeared tunnel, preparing nervously to receive the sum of all human and extraterrestrial knowledge. You gain 6 XP. In the tunnel's bright center, you see a field, and a cow suckling on a puffin. The farmer is watching. Anything else in there? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, I don't know what this is. You don't want any part of that. Like, man, I don't think that portal contains a sum total of all worldly knowledge. I just think it's letting you look at a farm where the cow is nursing a puffin. And there's a farmer staying nearby and watching. That's all that's happening. He blinks backwards. So you want to get out of here, maybe? Can't leave. That's a shame. I love being able to leave this place. Midnight Man. You can't leave because of the Midnight Man? Yes. Well, weird tree. So that changes the portal location. That changes that. Ah! Where you go? Who are you? What are you doing? Better not leave. Hold. Ah! How do I catch this? No, fish. You managed to reel something in. You got an item, shadow color net. There's some extra meat on the line. Gain 3 meat. Nice. Got a slimy needlefish. You toss it in your fish sack. You got an item, fish in the sack. Extra meat on the line. Gain 1 meat. Nice. Got some mucky wormfish. Toss it in your fish sack. Got an item, fish on the sack. Got some meat on the line. Alright. It seems like enough for today. I agree. It's pretty easy to make the song creepy by placing in disturbing context, but they really outdid themselves here. This building is way larger than it looks from the outside, and is absolutely full of sleeping airmen. Leave them alone. Maybe if I place it there. Key. Oh. Ooh. You arrive just in time to see the Midnight Man strain all of its might to move the rock out of the way and escape out of the door in a flash. No way you'll be able to catch up to it, unfortunately. Drat. I need more muscle. Okay. The beasts are too enthralled by the memory of the strange obelisk to notice you. Take him on! Alright, what are we trying to do here? Muscle. Dante. Might as well just do this. Oh, fuck, it plus 3'd him twice. Yeah, I have to kill that one. Right. Cha-cha-cha. 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 Crash. Please. I don't think he gets healed. Oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't. Died. Alright, there you go, Molly. Damn it. Ugh, we might. It's a lesson for you. Let Gatorman enjoy thinking about shadowy obelisks. I haven't learned anything. Well, I guess we'll go back into the shadowy obelisk realm. If I move... No, if I move the other one, it's fine. So both sides have to be middle. But, you can get in here. Wakes up. Only buttons, we'll do that. No, won't work. Actually, we can just do this one. Bonk. And this. This. And... Oops, I forgot. I mistakenly did that. And I'll kill Rage Jerk. Oh, that won't kill Rage Jerk. You're just doing Dante, right? Okay. Plus 2. So I'm going to deal 31, 3 bleeding. That kills him. So for you, and then for him, nice. Should be good. That is fine by me. Might have to do some farming here soon. You've thinned the herd a bit. A group of alligators is a herd, right? 14 XP, 70 meat, Gare Punch, Swamp Mushroom, Gare Punch. Also gather some Gare Hides for the hunter, Gareman Hide. The only good Garemen for fewer Garemen. I'll wake some up. I'll just shoot him. I will you twice. His hands. Let's just do this. Bonk. Yeah, I might I might off stream some farming. Then I heard a bit. Group of gators is a herd. Eel headband. Got gator. Got nasty page tree. Alright. Somebody ate all the good parts of the swamp eel and just left the conveniently headband shaped skin. That's 3 heart armor to the sky. Alright. And then we can go back to the Leather Brothers. Burly Hunter, trudging through the mud, gives a holler. As he nears, you see he's toting a shotgun under one arm and carrying a pile of gator hides over his shoulder. What you doing? Swamp's no place for a little boy. Gators eat you alive. Take this. Get yourself a seat on the next bus out. In 20 meat. Wow, that's not enough money for the bus. Fine, take it but go. In 10 meat. Okay, but I'm not a little boy, by the way. Any joy with those gator hides? Hope you ain't hiding them from me, haha. I got the hides you need. John chuckles inappropriately. Need? Got news for you, don't need them. You keep them. That was just a test. Wanted to see if I could trust you with the real work. Seems I can. Ready for some real hunting? Even if it was a test, I think I should get paid. Paid for a test? You're all mixed up, mate. Test is to get paid work. Change his mind. Labor is labor. I don't work for free. Also, you said it was paid at the start. Better not mention that you've done a lot of work for people for free this whole adventure. If Jessica ever asked for rent, you're going to be in trouble. Really makes you think how your position of saving the world from shadows and lizards favors with those with financial privilege. Alright, if you stop screaming about it, in 22 meat. Thanks. Truth is, I got no need for 5 gator hides. My ambitions are far bigger. You met Paul? You know he's mute. I'm working to build him a leather tongue. So what do you need for that? 10 gator hides. Okay, I can do that. Great. My brother will be thrilled. Well, back to the village. Now here's a sad sight. Old house, abandoned long ago in the swamp, half sunk in the wet muck that passes these parts for roads. Might have been a nice family lived in the house one time. Now you look at it. Shame is all. Go inside. Jeepers creepers. There's a bandit shot dead on the floor, right in the foyer. Must have come in here looking for treasure. From the look of it, he wasn't the oldie one. Oh, the stink of death hangs heavy in this place, all right. Explore. Holy gosh. Sitting room is littered with bodies. 3 more bandits. An entire defensive line of Ocean City football team. Obvious what happened. Bandits and football players got sold same line on a buried treasure by some shifty rumor monger. Both groups came here searching for their fortune, ran into each other, and everyone got shot to pieces. Wherever that double dealer who sold them tip is now, he'd better be smiling. Keep exploring. Oh, he's here in the kitchen, also shot. By bandit and a linebacker, looks like. But he got him too. Poor pathetic souls. Keep exploring. Now the bedroom, the finish line. And here's who made it. Quarterback and the wide receiver. You'd figure they'd live being on the same side. They'd have been on the same side, but they shot each other on the back simultaneously. There's nothing in here but a single jewelry box on the nightstand. Ain't that funny? All that death for a couple trinkets. Nothing rots a person like greed. Yoink! You got an item jewelry case. A small jewelry box, which will come in handy if you need to move some jewelry from place to place and you don't want to wear on the trip. Weep openly and continue where you're going. Alright. Fantastic. I'll wake some up. Lead Lord, Murder Chef. None of these actually are going to do anything. Cha-cha-cha. 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 Get this guy out of the way. Oh, almost. +5 to all stats. Okay, you can shoot. I'll strike him. He'll die just bleeding. This guy. bleed. He'll heal himself. It's fine. And I'll just pop it. Nice. Even that hurt a bit. You got an item. Gator cheese. You're going to choose not to interrogate the biological means by which this stuff is produced. So mushroom, Gearman hide. Yes. Guess we can do the Gearman fortress for these Gear hides. Flash of light cuts through the trees. Glare passes, and then you see it poking its head out above a canopy. A telescope. Why? You fancied a telescope ever since you were a young boy. You'd press your nose to the window of the telescope shop for hours, till the proprietor would run out and threaten you to tan your glutes with a tripod. And I still want a telescope, and you have waited long enough. Go on, get your telescope. Telescope in the treehouse. I'm gonna keep going where I was going, to Mudhenge. Admission, do meet. Very clean booth for such a muddy henge. Stop by. Oh, Mudhenge! What is this place? Friend, it's Mudhenge. Is that like Stonehenge? I don't see the comparison. You don't? She sighs. Look, we could talk for hours about Stonehenge. Stonehenge is big. Stonehenge is strong. I've gone over all of this. So, with respect, what I'm interested in talking about is Mudhenge, which is a formidable monument in its own right, and so much more than a first draft of Stonehenge, as they sometimes say in the magazines. What's so special about Mudhenge? Special? Well, during the swamp solstice, it's said that the needle of the compass placed upon the central altar will point not to west, but secret west, where lies the thing you need the most. That special enough for you? When's the swamp solstice? If you're in the swamp, it's pretty much always a swamp solstice. What is secret west? I'm no mystician, but secret west is a direction in which lies the thing your heart is most missing. And it's said that a compass laying on the altar of Mudhenge during the swamp solstice will point to secret west. That was the object of Mudhenge's challenge. Challenge. But of course, we don't run the challenge anymore. Too hard. Too many missing presumed deads. What does that mean? Tis the heart this thing your heart most missing. Well, it's kind of up to you. Up to your heart, that is. Could be a secret crush, that new job, maybe just a piece of bread. Guess could help me find Charles, huh? Charles, is that your secret crush? Maybe you're my secret crush. Sir, I'm married. I'd like to visit Mudhenge. Well, why wouldn't you? It's the best and most mysterious henge this side of the border. Admission is to meet. What border? I believe it's all of them. Here. You spend to meet. I knew you wouldn't be able to come all this way without seeing the famous Mudhenge. Here's a pamphlet that goes over just about everything we know about the history of this ancient monument. The history of Mudhenge. A short brochure complimentary with your admission to Mudhenge. I'll be on my way, thanks. Don't be a stranger. First muddy flower. Somebody's going to lose their job at the fence factory. Squeeze through. Whoa, that was weird. An arcane message in strange script. Translate it. Translated. The message on the rock reads, Crowned Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. Ah. Huge tower. Mm-hmm. Message written in hobo code. Can't translate it. Hey! Can't go get him. there any rhyme or reason to this? Just seems kind of random. Wait, this one goes over here. This one goes over there. This one goes over there. This one goes over there. This one goes. So. Oh. Hello. We've met before, haven't we? When we've met, it is not me. Found the boxcar. Do you remember? I'm Dick Finkeldorf McSpankenheimer. It is not much time. This is to help. This is to help you go where you are going. Got an item. 1/3 full gas can. It's a crude device, but it beats keeping your gas loose on the ground. Is that for the bus? I don't need that anymore. I got enough I asked for the bus, more than enough actually. Sorry. I came to give help. I came from far away. I come at great personal cost. You had a good go at it. Thanks for your input. Sorry. Happens if I just keep going that way. Okay. Hit Gitterman, Muncher with the throwing attack. Yeah. I'm just getting cha-cha-cha. Oh, can Molly not come in here? Bonk. I think he does? Or he's going to have 1 HP? Oh, he does. He has 1 HP. Bonk. Yeah, man rallies for another round. A hand raises from the swamp and drags him down, screaming. Phew. Backpack stashed in the swamp is certain to contain illicit material. Parental guidance is advised. There's a complete change of clothes in the sack, and a black, embossed card sticking out of the back pants pocket. Read the card. John Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. A phrase so nice you've read it twice. Turn the card over. The nudist creed. Nothing is worn. Everything is visible. You elect to have everything in the bag where you found it. And leave everything in the bag where you found it. Nothing your size anyways. Huh. Nudists. Nope. Does that not work? Very weird. Very, very weird. Well, I'm fully confused. So, cowboy hat. That's what I was wearing. Weapons. Gang symbol. Fan items. pocket watch, accessories, sunglasses. Rings, jagged ring. Pants. We'll do pants. Shoes. What I have? Or boots. Millier's Dante. Okay, well, I didn't figure that out. I can go back to the Caravan Village and do that. You see a plume of smoke coming from behind a nearby clump of trees and brush. As you draw near, the sounds of ragged cackling and giggling can be heard. Oh, it could be a coven of real swamp witches. Sadly, no. What you do find is possibly even weirder. A gang of scraggly-looking swamp hillbilly vampires tending a ratty old still. Oh, hi, you fellas cooking a batch of corn? Nope. Rats. Ew. Of course, now that you're here, a whole nother recipe comes to mind. Bamboozle. You know what? That actually sounds like a pretty great idea. I bet my blood would make a really good whiskey. You do? Sure. I've been drinking garlic oil every day, keep my arteries nice and smooth. That'll add a really ritzy flavor profile to it. Real high class. Plus, there's all that holy wire I've been shooting up. I ain't even gonna ask. Please leave without breathing on us. Suit yourself. Alright, well, I can gator pants to move the thing back. Oh, wait, did she say something? Oh. Something up, Molly. Oh, I'm PG Buck. Why, something in ya? No, I'm good. Push. Rolling Stone gathers in mass. Is it going to have more trouble with that one? So, where did I leave the... Oh, I'm stupid, aren't I? I left the thing in there. God damn it. Okay. Well, I have to grab something that's gonna improve my shit. Elemental, mental armor, I need muscle. This is your muscle, this is your muscle. Mushroom steak. Fungus humongous. Push it. Rolling Stone gathers in mass. Need to not have that here. Alright. And what else do I have to max muscle? Shadow elixir. Fish liver oil. This might be easier to get, TBH. Tea I can do. Consuming this, flavor of everything. A potion, do you want to do that? No. Eat something else. Can't do either of those. Okay. What do I got? Books. For sure, intermission. Little is known about the history of Mutenge. Okay. Short story is Long Winters. Volcano Crush. Orchestra Strike. Back up. Needy expertise. Those hands hurt them all. Advanced trick shooting techniques. Bunch of meat. Digging. Anything I can do to the pants? Oh, it's just muscle, isn't it? Let's see if I can buy something. What would there be to buy? Is there a cat that does muscle? I don't think so. Not one I've met. Let's go back to Ocean City. If they got anything. Any memorabilia. Melee weapon. Sport. Instruments. No, you're not gonna have anything upgrade. Sign just says please. Things I had about you. Let's see what's for sale. Jewel turban. Go back to Big Moist. We'll go back to the Gitterman village. One last time. Flock of Shire bats fly up out of the swamp, leaving not a single ripple of surface water as they do. It's quite frankly the gothiest thing you've ever seen in your life, and you've probably fought actual vampires by now. Well, isn't that a problem? I guess we'll do this. They all just have... Oh, they just all have the same shit. Arctic Shriek. And intends to shriek on me. So I can kill it with that. And then I can hurt another one. There we go. And I will injure this one. Shriek. I think Dante dies. Yeah. That's okay. Just pound these out. Alright. Intends to shriek at me. I will kill it with a rock. And this one I will hit that. 15 cold damage. 15 cold damage. Okay. Either way, I think they all die. Yeah. Arctic Shriek. Nice. Finally killed. You won. Get back to your Bauhaus album cover, you stupid bats. This. They will move this. And take a hat, cowboy hat, take pants, and melted jeans. Nice. Now this is in here. This needs to go down here. And this needs to go here. There we go. Juice them in there. Around. Aha. Something has changed in the devil's demeanor. The antic hopping around has ceased, replaced with, perhaps, a sobriety, a maturity. I spent so long thinking, what would I do to you, who trapped me in this cage? And as my hungry mind turned over thoughts of disembowelment and exsanguination, I was drawn more and more to the walls of my prison. Why? There's such a life here. Consider the growth of the intrepid peat moss, the burble of the cheeky bog water. Your world is quite simply beautiful. You haven't been here for that long. Our species experience time very differently. What passes as a minute for you is for me much longer. Close to a minute and 2 seconds. Oh, wow. I never knew there could be beauty such as this. Had I known, my goodness, had I known, I would have lived much differently. I would have truly lived. Thus, I renounce mischief in all its forms. I dedicate my life to the care and cultivation of your glorious flora. I will become, how do you say it? God and her. Yeah, that's how we say it. I will become a God and her. What'd you do to that man in the first place? Mr. Jeffers, I did not ask for him. He came into my house, started crawling along my web. I promised to show him the secrets of the universe, but made him watch a scene of a cow giving its milk to a puffin. How about letting Mr. Jeffers go? Yes, I think that particular show has gone on long enough. Allow me to bring down the curtain and send him home. He burps. It's long and very loud. He looks at you apologetically while he does it. After 3 minutes, or for him, 3 minutes and 6 seconds, of sustained noise and eye contact, it's over, and the gateway to his dimension has vanished. It is done. Now, help me move this boulder out of the way, that we might both be free. Yes, let's. Nice. Drained of all of metaphysical energy. This is now just a lousy obelisk. Rolling stone gathers in mass. The man you saw in the faded form, floating in the shadow rift, is before you now as flesh and bone. You freed him. You gained 30 XP. His fierce, black eyes fix you with a wild glare. You. What time is it? Hold on, let me check my uncursed pocket watch. What year? 1928. Right. Okay. Then I've been gone for 26 years. I'm going to need you to fill me in on everything that's happened since 1902. Do that. You provide a concise history of the last quarter century. Okay, thanks. Is that all right? Yeah, that's fine, thank you. Disappointing to hear the watchful eye close its doors. Time to find a new job, apparently. At least the world always needs reporters. Who are you? Nose Jeffers, reporter. Your name is Nose? My nickname is Nose. They call me that because I knows everything. Once I've done my research and talked to my sources, then I knows everything. What's your real name? I'm the reporter here. What's your real name? Dick Finkeldorf McSpankenheimer. Now that's something I knows. What are you doing out here? I came here in 1901 to investigate reports of a strange obelisk in the swamp. It was strange, all right. Took me to a new world, where I met the Midnight Man. He promised to show me all knowledge. You understand, for a reporter, that's an impossible offer to resist. Answers to the great mysteries of history, you know, like Neptune? What do we think's going on up there? Yeah, I don't know. And me neither, because I certainly didn't learn anything from what the Midnight Man showed me. But I did think that if I stared at the cow and puffin long enough, the answers I sought would reveal themselves to me. And did they? No. Maybe if I kept at it longer. There was one teat I never saw a great look at. I have to go. Are you gonna be alright? I tell you, after 26 years looking at what I was looking at, there's one thing I need, and that's a drink. And I'm sure not talking about milk. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Prohibition. Damn, they finally pulled the trigger on that, huh? I know a place, Dick. Space. Look it up. Thanks, friend. I feel comfortable calling you friend at this point. See you around there, maybe. Oh, and I should give you something for your trouble, huh? Grover Burgies, our old EIC. Don't know if he's still around. He liked to put out a special edition on his birthday. August 5th. The one we did a few years back, 1900. Really broke the bank. If you can find it, I bet that'd be worth a lot of money now. Interesting. Well, good luck out there. And with that, he departs, wading through the swamp water and out into the world for the first time in over 2 decades. Nice. All right. Well, that is solved. Take a sip here. 1 second. I have taken a sip of water. Alright, we'll play this for a little bit longer. I think I'm going to stop around 9 tonight. So, about 40 more minutes. Let's do the tree house. Nuts to the swamp. Look at my best glad rags are turned into actual rags. These stockings are silk. Well, I guess now they're silk. Oh, haha. You're about as funny as a rubber crutch. Come on, if we keep moving, we'll be done here sooner. Nothing doing. I ain't moving from this spot till I've got a proper set of pin covers. She drops the nickel into a nearby payphone and talks into it urgently for a minute. How on earth did you find a payphone in the middle of a swamp? I phoned my pop. He's sending along a pair of his old fishing waders. That isn't what I ask you. Before long, a delivery boy arrives with the waders and hands them over to Molly with a tip of his cap. Very fashionable. You'll knock him dead at the dance hall. Laugh it up, Buster. If anyone I know gets peep on me wearing these, you're the one I'm gonna knock dead, savvy? Molly's maximum HP increases by 5. Continue. Nice. A bald cypress, so tough, so tall, that it's no surprise that some fellow has chosen to make of it a tree home. Shout up. Hello? Hey, mister, why don't you keep walking, huh? This here's Will Hunter's treehouse, and the rules is ain't no grown-ups allowed. You mispronounced aloud. What'd you want to be so mean for? You're just like all them toochers at school. I know you know it's not pronounced toochers. Suck eggs. What's up there? It ain't nothing, swear it. I don't want to see you anyways. I do. You tell. I won't. You promise? Yes. There's a pause, in which Will apparently thinks it's over. Nah, you wouldn't want to see you anyways. What's your story, Will? Ain't much to tell. I ain't got all that interest in Mister, I swear. And not to see folk like you nowadays. No ways. Why are you doing in the swamp? Nothing special? Same things every boy gets up to, I reckon. Do I want to know what that is? I ain't telling anyways. Can you let me up? No adult ever been up in Will Hunter's treehouse, and I ain't fixing to break that streak. Not for nothing. You need to let me up. That's so. Well, that's what's in it for Will. As much milk as your belly can hold. I ain't need your milk, mister. Ain't given time, I know where to find 6 or 7 goats, and I'm getting real close to figuring out what pair of them to squeeze. Sounds like a no on helping you up the tree. Maybe you'll have to think of something else. Just climb the tree. Enough of this. This time in class, your robust limbs and around the trunk of the wet, shedding cypress, and begin to shimmy. Hey now, this is a private treehouse. Stop, or I'll tan you till you can't stand up. Take the risk. Why, there's no boy up in this treehouse at all. Only the large and sagging features of a human face, sunk into the tree's very trunk. Surely that can't be young Will Hunter. Oh well, I reckon there ain't no keeping you from seeing my plight. I've been wicked, mister. What happened to you? Ain't much to tell. Is there a ladder you can put down? Suppose I can. Can't ladder in the way you and I know it though. But the part of this tree and I can sort of waggle around. We're still a boy, I'd reckon you'd say it's like my fingers, or nostrils. Will Hunter extends his long, arborescent fingers and or nostrils through the hole in the treehouse back to the swamp floor. You should be able to climb down those nostrils now. I think I should be going. Old Will Hunter went and got himself metamorphosed into a bald cypress. Say hello. Will's face writhes across the striped bark to find and meet your eye. Oh, hello, what's new with you? What happened to you? Ain't much to tell. That can't possibly be true. The great tree sighs, shading scraps of bark that drift into the treehouse floor. Well, you ever hear of a doctor? You know what that is? Yes, well, I know what a doctor is. Rub it in. Why don't you? I already told you. Will Hunter never got along with no toochers. I only ever met one doctor, Dr. Wise. Lived in the same street as my step-aunt. 'Twas one morning he paid me 6 bits to paint his fence. And, well, heck, I swear I was fixing to do it, mister. I heard there was an interesting trout down the river. A little wider than average, but not very wide. Just the way Will Hunter likes. How can a boy resist? You should have paid him the fence, Will. Oh, but I was gonna, I swear it. Anyways, Doc Wise, where he weren't Will pleased, and went to teach me a lesson. He went and cursed me to be a tree. How'd this doctor turn you into a tree? Don't ask Will Hunter how. All I know is doctors. They got all kinds of powerful tools. Tweezers. Height chart. Could have used anything. What lesson are you supposed to learn from this? I ought to paint fences if I says I'm fixing to. Can you end this curse? Well, the doctor told me that I'd be a tree till I could make good by painting a bunch of fences till around town. Hard enough for me to do it like this, I tell you. I could do that for you. Oh, Mr. Paint Fences, you wouldn't want to do that. What you give me for it? Say, that's a thought. Why, I got all sorts of treasure, mister. From gold bars to them pirate coins. If you help me out on this one, I'll give you the most valuable thing I own. A crystal. Okay, I'll do it. The wind picks up and snaps a few weak twigs, but Will doesn't seem to mind. Say, that's real swell. Thanks a lot, mister. That doc who cursed me had a nice white picket fence, and he said something like, Will Hunter got to paint 3 or more fences just like his, or he'll be a tree forever. Paint 3 fences, got it. You can get my paints and brush out of my knapsack. I just hand them to you, but I'm a tree. I'll see you around, Will. It's a hunk knapsack, the favored brand of rascals and imps. Empty it up. You grab the contents of the knapsack. You got an item. Will's paint and brush. It's a can of whitewash, to be used only for painting of fences and not for covering up of uncomfortable truths. Take care of those, will you? That long handled brush belonged to my grandfather. Your grandfather? I don't think so. I'll keep my eye out for 3 fences. When he reaches a certain age, a boy loses his enthusiasm for hoarding rocks in a treehouse. This is called the death of innocence. A telescope is a gateway lens that often leads to the use of binoculars. Peek through. You see nothing out of the ordinary. Rivers run around the trunks of trees. Crawdads and crawmoms make love upon the rocks, and a duck is impaled on the beak of a heron. Here in the swamp, it's a day like any other, and the circle of life turns on and on. Ladder Bridge is a private treehouse in a public swamp. Climb down. Alright, well, I guess I'll get to that. I can do the Gatorman Fortress, or I can do... I guess I'll do Largemouth Bass. So you take a wrong turn, and instead of ending up where you want to be, you end up at the Monster Shack. You know it's the Monster Shack because of the big sign that says Monster Shack. Location unlocked. Monster Shack. Check it out. Monster Shack. No skeptics. There's a motive code carved into a slab of rock. Translate it. Code reads, these kids are all right. Well, that's pretty heartwarming. Inside, you find, not the decayed and crumbling tumble-down shack strewn with ancient wreckage that you were perhaps expecting, but an actually maintained and fairly clean tumble-down shack strewn with 12 to 14-year-old kids. What the? Hey, what are all you kids doing out here in the middle of the swamp? Why shouldn't we be? Because it's dangerous here. Yeah, but this is where the monsters are. That's why it's dangerous. Do you believe in monsters, mister? I believe the real monster is man. All 6 kids laugh and roll their eyes at you. Okay, I guess I deserve that. Do you believe in monsters or not? You can't join our monster squad unless you do. Yes, of course I do. It would be a real feat of cognitive dissonance otherwise. You mean you've seen them? Oh, for really real? Yeah, well, yeah. Which one? Which one? Fishmen? Oh, those don't count. Those guys are just jerks. Weird jerks. We're looking for real monsters. I don't understand what real means in this context. Since you believe in monsters, you can join our monster squad. Otherwise, we can't tell you anything because it's secret. Okay, I'll join. Great. It'll be nice to have someone who can reach the top shelf on these old bookcases we scavenge. Is that it? I'm a member now? Yeah. We used to have a big ceremony where you had to repeat a vow and stuff, but it took too long and we're all busy with our research. Come on in and we'll have a look around. Thanks. Kid is ball cap, a sinister looking triangle on it. He's messing around with an elaborate homemade radio. Talk to him. Hi there. Hi. Say you're grown up. Can you help me with something? I'm not buying you cigarettes. No. There's this swamp lady named Barbara Yagara. Everyone says she's just fairy tale. I know she's real because I've seen her, but her hut right here in this swamp. But I don't know if she's got some sort of swamp lady who eats kids or not. Swamp lady? Well, I don't want to call her a swamp witch or a swamp hag or stuff like that. It would be mean to judge her that way without having even met her. Sheesh, kids these days. Alright, I'll check her out for you. Great, thanks. Here, I'll mark her hut on your sponge map. Anyways, bring back a feather, prove you meet her, okay? She has feathers? I mean, from one of her pet birds. The stories say she has a ton of them. How will you know this isn't just an ordinary feather I found somewhere? Well, you seem like a trustworthy person. Then why do you need proof for me to bring proof at all? Because that's how quests work. Come on. Ask me about the radio. Wait, you didn't mention the radio. What is a radio for? Huh? Oh, this isn't related to Barbara Yagara or anything. I'm just trying to find a station where we can get some music in here. The reception in the swamp is terrible, though. I see. Not sad. What's the triangle mean? Thanks. It's the Great Pyramids. One of them, anyway. Ever seen them? Only on their hat, not personally. Well, maybe you will someday. Sure, who knows? This kid is, well, he's eating something. Hi there. Hi. I don't mean to be rude, but what's your deal, kid? I'm Moss Man. You are, huh? Okay, well, not really, but I want to be a Moss Man when I grow up. That's why I'm eating all this fertilizer. It's actually cornflakes. I'm just pretending. Okay, yeah, I'm not crazy. Some people say I'm crazy for believing in the Moss Man, though. But I know he's real. I've seen him. What's a Moss Man? Man made of moss? Yep, he's all fuzzy and green. It's so neat. Oh, hey, you should go and see him for yourself. Then if you could bring back some proof he exists, people won't think I'm weird anymore. Well, they might. Sure, I'll go have a look. Great. Here, I'll mark the place on your map. It's called Moss Rock Grotto. If you see him, try to bring back some moss as proof, okay? Okay. He is preoccupied with repeatedly smelling 2 large test tubes. What have you got there? Perfume samples? Kind of. This one has a combination of hydrogen sulfide and methane. Common swamp gas, basically. Ew. What's the other one? Coffee. To clear the swamp gas smell out of my nose. Okay, so, why? I'm researching a creature known as the Smell-O-Wisp. I only ran into it once, but I have a good memory for smells. So I figure I can match its smell. That particular chemical mix will tell me more about it. A smell of the what? Wisp. It's a cloud of intelligent swamp gas. Some people say it's the ghost of a dead chili cook-off judge. But I think there's probably some more scientific explanation. You're telling me you're looking for intelligent The girl gestures sternly at a sign over her workbench. No fart jokes. Oh, come on. That's the smell of the wisp. No. Alright, well, I don't know what to say then. If you're willing to help instead of making puerile goofs, I could really use a sample to analyze. Can I use your equipment to make some potions? Sure, just don't disturb any of the smells. I didn't accept that question. Okay, I'll go find the smell of wisp. Great, thank you. Here's this. It should help you track the thing down. Gun item, nose trumpet. A big cone designed to make it so people who have lost a sense of smell can still tell what they've stepped in. I just smell through this? Yeah, follow your nose. Alrighty then. This kid is studying far more intently than you ever did at his age. Talk to him. What are you reading? It's about Neanderthals and early hominids. Unfortunately, I'm not finding anything useful in here. What are you looking for? The honey ape. The what now? You've never heard of it. It's a very famous monster. It's a hairy primate or primate-like creature that's smaller than a human, but with human-sized hands. Most of the legends call it Big Hands, but I'm pretty sure that Big Hands legends and the reports of the honey ape sightings are referring to the same cryptid. That's interesting. I know it lives around here somewhere. I just haven't been able to find it yet. I'll help you look for it. That would be excellent, thank you. Here, I found some of the prints once and made a tracing. That might help you track it down. Try and get one of its fingernails as proof. How will a fingernail be proof? Because it'll be as big as a human fingernail, obviously. Got an item. Honey ape handprint. You're assured that this is the handprint of the honey ape and not just the handprint of a regular guy. Alright. Leather-bound tome sits on a pedestal here. Ask about it. What's this book? List of vampire nests? It's like 400 pages long. Lots of vampires in the swamp. If you want to help, you can always go clear some of them out. Okay. This kid is peering at a terrarium filled with flies and occasionally tapping on the glass. Hi there, are you, into flies? Well, kinda. They're interesting once you get over the gross factor. But mostly I'm just studying because I'm really interested in this fly man. The fly man? Yeah, or maybe the man fly. I haven't decided which way is better yet. So what is the fly man and or man fly? He's a scientist that moved into an old Philemberg place. I did a little spying on him, and I think he's trying to turn himself into a giant fly. Why would anyone want to do that? I don't know. That's what's so interesting about him. She looks at her feet and blushes low. He's really handsome. For now, you mean? Well, yeah, I'd really like to meet him, but I'm too shy. Can you help me out? Sure, I'll help. Oh, thank you. Here, I'll show you where the house is. Okay, she'll unlock the old Flemberg place. If you meet him, could you, bring me back a souvenir? Like what? Maybe, one of his chest hairs? Sure. This kid's messing around with some kind of weird mechanical contraption. I will reach inside, get shadow grease, and nice. What's that thing you're making? I don't really know yet, and then I'm kind of messing around with it because I'm taking a break from my main project. Hey, do you know anything about the Chupanaranya? I try to avoid spicy food. It gives me the hiccups. No, this is some kind of monster that eats oranges. They're supposed to be from way down south, but I know there's one in the swamp somewhere. Unfortunately, no matter what kind of trap I build, it keeps escaping. You want to try? Sure, why not? Great. Feel free to use my workbench over there. I've got plenty of spare parts and stuff. If you manage to catch it, bring me back one of its nostrils as proof, okay? A nostril, not the whole head or pelt? Oh no, I don't want to kill it. Just prove that it's out there. Okay then. Little sign on the table says Boris only. This cat had better be Boris, or there's going to be trouble. Try and pet him. Boris hisses at you. He must know that you're an outsider. Oh well. Dozens of volumes of serial fantasy for young adults and older than average children. For instance, Hubert Griffin, The Plane of Secrets. Mabel Hill and the Pyramid of Slime. The Cavern of Lightning, Part 66. Chalice of Gold, Part 9. Della Rodriguez and the Chalice of Ice. Susan Wright in the Prison of Secrets. Nancy Bailey in the Labyrinth of Glory. Hugh Edwards in the Challenge of Glory. Chronicles of Cora Howard and Jesse Bailey. Let's see if it gives me a random book. Sometimes it does that. Nope. Workbench. Tools. Alright. Tighten the spring, adjust the torque, tweak the trigger sensitivity. I can do all of these. Grab some scrap metal from the bench and construct a very basic animal trap. Would you like to make any refinements? Tighten the spring. Grab a wrench and tighten the trap's main spring. Adjust the torque. You grab a screwdriver and carefully adjust the torque. Tweak the trigger sensitivity. Grab a pair of needle nose pliers and carefully adjust the sensitivity of the trigger. Add a battery. You connect a battery to a couple of random spots on the trap. That's sure to accomplish something. Add a fuse. You hook up a fuse just in case. That's good enough. Carefully pick up the trap and then carelessly shove it into your sack. Got an item. Chupanaranya attack. A trap. It's homemade Chupanaranya trap of dubious quality. Nice. Alrighty. Well, we've got a little bit more to go. I guess I'll start doing these, huh? Let's do Barbara's first. You're browsing your way through the swamp, taking a sniff through your nose trumpet, and then the swamp smells terrible. I mean, a swamp is literally just standing water and rotting compost, the biome. So it's not like it's news or anything, but you wouldn't be surprised if this swamp was at least nominated for World's Worst Smelling Swamp. Sniff. Oh God in heaven. What is that? Something smells like a rotten egg mated with a tire fire, and the egg the tire fire laid was also went rotten. Squinting through the tears, you see a patch of brown air hovering nearby. That must be the smell-o-wisp that the kid was looking for. Follow it at a safe distance. You follow at a safe breathing distance as the smell-o-wisp boths and wheezes through the fetid marsh. Eventually, it comes to a rest at a rotting tree stump, and you sneak up quietly behind it. As you're just about to grab a sample, 3 gatormen casually stand up from where they were crouched in the knee-deep water around you. Aw, geez. Don't you think it's a lovely day? Gearmen beat the hell out of you. By the time you wake up, the smell of wisp was long gone. In the effect, would knock out of you. Do not recover AP during combat. Huh. Well, that could be a problem. Let me wash my hands. I can do that at the Moonshiner's shack, right? You come across a busted and smoking trunk in the depths of the swamp. The driver, eating a sandwich in the cab, gives you a sorry shrug. Engine plum ran out of grease, he says. Squeeze some more grease out of the engine. The mechanical mind always knows where to find a little more grease. Soon the truck's engine is sleek and ready to sprint like a powerful horse once again in 8XP. Was Fortnite? Fortnite was good, Dub. Some of the guys didn't really like it too much. Because it was like, I guess kind of long for what it was. But I thought it was fine. I need a place to wash my hands. In lobby. Oh, fight the shapes again. Leave. Maybe just go find geometry professor. I'll be better prepared for this. Maybe go look for one somewhere really far away from here. Yeah. I need a... Drink more soda. So mechanically savvy vandal has increased the price of the soda to exorbitant 50 meat. Adjust price. You crack the back of the machine and fiddle with the little gears and camshafts and such. You manage to get the price down 30 meat. It's still way above market value. What are you gonna do? They've got geographical monopoly. Leave. I need to wash my hands. Culinary science. Forget where to wash my hands. Get a ring. Oh, what was it? This vent seems loose. Take it. Ah, that's weird. Gun item, loose steam vent. This steam vent wasn't attached to the floor, so you took it. Where's the steam coming from? I really forget where the bathroom is. Maybe down here? Oh yeah, I can give the rat the cheese too. Oh, there we go. Wash. Yes. Where's the mouse? Mouse. Rat raves as you approach. Take a closer look. A rat looks at you with a hopeful expression in his tiring rat face. Give him Gare cheese. Rat sniffs the Gare cheese and retches a little bit. You didn't even know that rats had a gag reflex. He raises an eyebrow at you in protest, but eventually drags the cheese into his hole and merges with a ring for you. Got an item, inspiring ring. This ring is so nice that it makes everybody within 10-foot radius of it make it seem more powerful. Increase your companion's muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 2 at the start of combat. Thank you, and sorry, I don't like it either. Rat squeaks as if to say, no problem. Give him squirrel cheese. Rat considers the squirrel cheese. He wrinkles his nose a bit, and eventually decides to keep it. He hauls it into his hole and emerges with a ring. Got name Bezor ring. Sterling silver from the bowels of a fountain, adorned with the calcium from the bowels of a cow, renders you immune to poison. Thanks. Sorry about the whole squirrel thing. The rat squeaks as if to say no problem. We can go back to Moist. And go back to Barbara's hut. Yeah, I think 1 or 2 of these side quests, maybe. And they'll probably be it. In a gloomy grove of sunken cypress trees, a well-muscled woman stands waist-deep in the opaque bog. Her hands rest on the pommel of a sword, its blade lodged in the muck. It catches your eye because it's not the type of thing you tend to see on the East Coast. What sword is that? It's a blade of your great aunt. Many moons ago, it was entrusted my family for safekeeping. Now, it's yours to reclaim for a cost. What great aunt? Have you forgotten your lineage, boy? Time was, every tavern and meeting house kept a place by the fire for Hilda McSpankenheimer. Why do I have to pay for my family's sword? The security guaranteed by my family is unique and comes with a great price. Your great aunt knew this, and that's why she placed a blade in our care. Okay, what's the cost? In time, I shall ask you of a boon, and you shall be obliged to grant it. Sure, I can do a boon. Let's have the sword. Got an item, great aunt's greatsword. You may or may not have had a great aunt, but nobody can deny you have a great sword. Heals your muscle plus 5 physical damage. The sword has a satisfying heft. You can see why your great aunt liked it so much. But with it comes something quite unsatisfying. Something that makes you feel almost queasy and a little cursed. Got perk, swamp geas. This geas really grinds your gears. Perhaps the lady from the swamp will tell you soon about the boon she wants in exchange for this thing's removal. You geased me? It's simple magic, binding you to your oath until such a time I need of your service. On that day, I will find you. Can't we just do the boon thing now? But she's gone. She slipped away into the dark waters of the swamp. Better be a good sword. It's a great sword. Better be a good great sword. This isn't so much a bird bath as a bird dirtier. Fish in it. Nice. You caught a dirty sandfish. You toss it in your fish sack. There's a cigarette toggled on the line. You got an item. One wet cigarette. This is one of the only objects capable of giving you cancer and a tapeworm at the same time. This is really gross. Got a revolting snapper. Slimy noodlefish. Looks like you got everything. Nice. You cautiously enter the spooky hut and discover it's actually really nice inside. A young woman with a rather twig-oriented hat greets you. Oh, hello! Please come in, and I don't get many visitors apart from the birds. I might be in the wrong place. Are you Barbara Yagara? That's me. That's correct. And you are? I'm Dick Finkeldorf McSpankenheimer. A pleasure. Come in, come in. Go in. Bed with a feather pillow. It's part of his vanity. Indulge your own vanity. No, it's part of bird bath. I was brother about it. I've never seen an indoor bird bath before. Oh, that was a gift. It's too small for my birds, though. Oh, that's too bad. Barbara does not appear to have set out a feast for her crows. This chest says nothing but rooks on one side and nothing but doves on the other. Barbara's well-maintained arcane oven. You probably shouldn't mess with this trapdoor without Barbara's permission, and probably all of her birds' permissions, too. Barbara Yagara smiles pleasantly. Talk to her. This is a really nice house. To be honest, I was expecting everything to be a lot more, witchy. Oh, you've heard the old stories. Those were my granny. She was really into croning. Croning? Being a crone, all the really old traditional magic stuff. She lived to be nearly 200 years old. When she passed, she left me this house and all her birds and so on. I see. Is that why you're here, chasing the old legends of Barbara Yagara? Well, not exactly. I met a kid who's into old stories, but he was afraid you might be the child-eating kind of witch, so he sent me instead. That's adorable. I don't think I've ever eaten a child, but there's no telling what was in Granny's stews. I'm not sure if that was meant as a joke or... Sure! Anyways, I'm supposed to take back a feather to prove that I've met you. Okay. I can't just give you one, though. Are you sure? Yeah, sorry. I have to give you some kind of test first. It's a traditional thing. Let's start our test. Well, it's a lot of work keeping this room clean, what with the birds and all. I'm getting behind on my other chores. Chores. Or you could fight me. Fight you? Granny trained all these birds to be killers. but I haven't exactly been looking for trouble like she used to do, so they could use some exercise, you know. Tell me more about this chores. I need you to muck out the bird bath out front and pick the ripe cattails out of my cattail patch for me. That's only 2 things, isn't there a third thing? Of course, but I'll tell you about that after you finish the first 2. Okay, I'll do the chores. Great! You can tell the ripe cattails by how they look a little different. And I'm sure you saw the bird bath when you came in. Got it. I need 6 sleeves and stench armor? Huh. Cattail, could it be one of the ripe ones? Yep. Oh. Cattail. What's ripe cattail say? Ripe cattail. This cattail is ripe, which I suppose means it's suitable for whatever purpose Barbara uses them for. Ripe cattail, ripe cattail. Oboe code. I can't read it. 7. 6 sleeves and stench armor. I don't know if I can do that. Elemental. Stench. Well, I've gotten this. So, I have 2 on everything. That should do it for stench. And then 1 for sleaze. Need that. Wax slacks, greasy gloves. Fusion soda. It's a potion. It's also a potion. It's also a potion. It's also a potion. Do I have to do the food? I think I have to do the food because that's only 3. Sure. Nope. You slop the filth out of the bird bath and hide it behind a tree where no one can see it. Nice. Right. Hats. Got the cowboy hat. We got the pants, which we do milk jeans. And we got the accessories. And nope, that's right. Accessories. And we need stylish sunglasses. Barbara Yugara smells pleasantly. Hello, how are the chores going? I finished yours of cattails. Great, thanks. So what's the mysterious third task? Go down in the basement and fetch a sack of birdseed for me. Basement? How do you have a basement in the swamp? It's weird, I know. I think Granny's magic keeps it from collapsing. It also makes it kind of scary down there. You have a flashlight, right? Yeah, I have a flashlight. Trapdoor must lead to the basement. Head down. This fuse box is broken beyond repair. You have no choice but to dwell in the darkness. Wow. Barbara wasn't kidding about it being uncomfortably dark down here. Go deeper. How long is this basement? You're pretty sure you could have reached the back wall by now. Go deeper. Makes sense why she keeps this thing in the basement. You don't particularly want to know what this puddle consists of. Turn back. The scariest thing about this is the kerning. Geez, that's a lot of rats. Are they whispering, get out? You can hear that, right? It's not just me. Go deep. The ground has started to shake, and bits of dirt are falling from the ceiling. The rumbling noise almost sounds like someone growling, "Your soul is mine!" This seems like bad news. Go deeper. These must be the original Barbara Yugara's magic books. Unfortunately, it's as dark in the inside of as the inside of a dog down here. The ground is shaking more violently, furiously even. The walls howl, "Die, fool!" at you as rocks falling from the ceiling threaten to bury you alive. Go deep. Finally, get the seed and get out of here. Got an item. Bag of birdseed. Ha ha ha! You should plant this if you want to grow a field of birds. Ho ho ho. No. Oh, good. The wall is bleeding here. Nice. Hello. How are this shows going? Here's a sack of birdseed. You kind of already sold how scary it is down there. Sorry about that. Maybe I can learn charm to keep the mice away. And the voices, the bleeding walls. Huh, doesn't sound familiar. Maybe your flashlight was acting up. Anyway, thanks. Here's that feather I promised. You got a name. Barbara Yagara feather. It's a feather from one of the Barbara's birds, not Barbara herself. Thanks. Alright. We'll go finish this up, and then I think that'll wrap it. Catch a whiff of burnt rubber, and see a column of smoke drifting in the sky nearby. As you get closer to the site, you see that a small airplane has crashed into the mud. Perhaps splatted or glurped into the mud. Location unlocked. Crash site. I'll keep going where I was going. Which kid won this? Which kid is this one? Hi! Any looking feather from Barbara Yagara? You mean from one of her birds, right? Yeah, right, yeah. She doesn't have feathers herself. We established that. Good. Just checking. Here you go. Wow, thanks, mister. What was she like? She was pretty nice, actually. Don't go in her basement, though. Kid pulls out a sash, pins a badge on it, and hands it to you. As thanks, here's an official Monster Squad sash, and your first Monster Squad badge. You got an item, Monster Club Sash. This sash was awarded to you by the Monster Squad. You can use one additional combat item per round. Gain 35 XP. Neat, thanks! Of course, this is you. You must know you're an outsider. Sad. Alright. I think that just about wraps it up. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I think we're playing this again sometime next week. I'm going to be creating the schedule tomorrow as usual, so keep on lookout for it on my Twitter or on YouTube. Yeah, on the YouTube like post thing, community thing, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, fun game, fun times. Tomorrow is Spooky Sunday, so we're going to be finishing up Bendy, and then maybe doing another game if that's too short. I'm not sure how long Bendy is, so we'll keep that up in the air. But yeah, like I said, schedule will come out. Be playing this game again soon, as well as a lot of the other games that we've been playing so far, and maybe get the guys together for some more Dark Tide, and maybe Synopsy for Evil West, but we'll have to see. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Great game. If you haven't played it, play it for yourself if you can. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.